Hello and welcome to special episode on someone special over here. We have come all the way from Panjim to South at Kurthorim and we're gonna wish a gentleman, a young gentleman on his birthday and to know about his vision to his constituency. He is a Zilla Panchayat member, Moran Rivelo. Sir, Sagan Pweli, Wadisachi Purbi. Happy returns of the day. So we'll start with your vision and your work done in this constituency. I think so. There are major panchayats in there in this constituency. I heard that you are into social work. You help people. You are helping kind of people. So you recently gave wheelchairs to the people. So tell me about that first.
See, basically, I believe in good things. Doing good things, a good life, that is what I believe in. So, when I got elected as a Zilla Panchayat member, I have seen certain areas where we could do a lot of things. Like, for example, our elderly people, they are in need of a lot of, like wheelchairs, might be walking sticks. We have provided wheelchairs, we have even provided beds. We have even provided oxygen cylinders for certain patients because their relatives do not want to keep them in a hospital. So whatever facilities that could be given to in a hospital, we have provided them at home. Now, these things are not actually available on our Zilla. There is no provision for that. Yeah. So where we could get from the Zilla Panchayat, we have given to the people. And where we couldn't get, I have taken from used my resources. And that is my effort to make things little better for our people. We have also a lot of issues about health issues in our village. Like our markets are not hygienic. There is no hygiene. Now to begin with, we renovated our Maina market, you see. So we have put some wall tiles so that they can be cleaned better. And the shade has been changed. A lot of changes we have done. So that is our first step. Now our next step will be our Kurtori market, the main market, which again lacks hygiene. Okay. There is a lot of areas where hygiene is compromised. As you know, this market they are selling fish, meat. So they need to be, the area where these things are going to be sold to the consumer need to be cleaned properly. So that is not being done. So we are trying to do that.
Okay, again, the issue is here that Zilla Panchayat member doesn't have certain powers to do this. So while talking to you, you showed me some files and some papers where you are following up with the government officials and all. So, how was the response from the bureaucrats?
See, that's a very good question actually. Even last meeting which we had on the 21st, I had actually when I for I think very first or second meeting, we had made some demands for concrete slabs to be put across the drain. There are certain houses where there are drains in front of the houses and they need to cross the drain, they need a concrete slab on that. So we had made demands for concrete drains in the month of November 2017. 2017 and I have got this concrete slabs in the month of July. So my question was very simple for the meeting is like, every time we will point faults at the government, saying that funds are not given, this is not there, that is not there. I think somewhere our government servants are no longer government servants. They have become government lords. You see, they just don't want to work. They just don't want to work. And when you pursue these things a little higher up, when you go to the higher up, I have encountered certain places where they say, why don't you go to your MLA? Your MLA has to, raise this issue. You see. Now here, I am not here to criticize anybody. I am not here to criticize anybody. I don't want to point fingers at anybody. Because that day also for the meeting they asked me to name who are the officers who have not done the job properly or who have delayed your work. This was the question asked to me by the chairperson. But I said, I don't want to name anybody. I don't want to name anybody. I don't want to make any politics, you see, because my aim is to do something good.
This is actually the face of today's bureaucrats, I must say, and it is reflecting by your words. But talking about your vision to your constituency, you have said many works to be done in the coming time. So what are the works you want to, and how you will see your constituency in next 2 years?
Before my term ends, I really want to make an impact and go. I have taken initiative to go and meet the PWD minister and apprise him of the certain areas where the work has to be done. Now, we have a small stretch of land, the road going from our Maina market above, and this area is surrounded by 2 schools. The road is so narrow that if a car comes, second car cannot pass through. And being a school area, mostly the ladies, they come to drop their kids with the cars. And they sometimes find it so difficult to maneuver this road. And we got it sanctioned from he has signed, the PWD minister has signed on my letter and got approval from the principal engineer, then from the SE, then the executive engineer, then the assistant engineer. They have come and inspected the site and all, and they have just prepared an estimate. But they are saying that there are no funds now to execute the work. In Kurtori, we have a lake which has got a railing. Then the supporting pillars have all gone away. So if there is an impact of even of a motorbike, I am sure the motorbike rider along with the bike and along with the railing will fall into the lake. So there are certain areas which things cannot wait. We cannot wait, and there is no politics here. Let anybody do it. Whoever can do it, let them do it. There is no politics absolutely in this. But these are the areas that we have to kind of act, and we have no time. We have to act. Our transport system, some kadambas are, I think only one or two kadambas are flying now here. Remaining all are gone. And private operators of bus operators, they ply their buses only during rush hours. So when the passengers, the odd timings are there, like in the afternoon time and all, they just don't ply. So people have to wait for 2 hours, 3 hours for a bus. There are people who came and told me that people can reach from Margaon to Panjim, but people can't reach from Kurtori to Margaon. We are having a problem of youth totally losing direction. This is a problem happening everywhere, not only in our area. Now, in my constituency in Kurtori, Makazan and Sanjadaryal, there are 4 grounds that have been developed by the Department of Youth and Sports Affairs. Crores of rupees has been spent on this. But all these 4 grounds, for whatever reason, best known to the Director of Youth and Sports Affairs, are not in a position to play. There's a ground to begin with in Makazan, where recently a fresh tender of 68 lakhs was tendered to put lawn. Now lawn is put, but for want of one dressing room, that ground is not inaugurated, and all sorts of activities besides sports are happening on the ground now. I do not know why this is happening. We have a good ground in Kurtori, which was done some years back. Now the total fencing of the ground has given way. You find cattle grazing on the ground. The playing arena is totally spoiled. And so much so now, matches, tournaments are organized on the church ground, which is not a proper ground. There's a lot of waterlogging there. Although tournaments are held there because they do not have an alternative. But I think that's a big risk to the players who are playing there, upcoming players. Recently, I was called as a guest there. I have seen one player who had a fall there and couldn't get up for 10 minutes. It's totally like a field, you know. Now, in Maina, behind the church, There's a ground that has been acquired and developed, but nobody can play there. The ground is full of stones, you see, not finished. In Sansad Areal, there's a ground at the side of Goa Carbon. The land has been already acquired. Government is saying we do not have fund to develop it. I have gone to the sports minister. And along with the panchayat members and asked him, I said, this area, ST people are there. And develop this ground. So he told me, no, we don't have funds. Then I said, ST people are there. Then he said, tribal, then we can do the fund. But then again, there is a question of ownership of land. So tribal department is saying, we have the fund, but land is not in our possession. Land is in the possession of Department of Youth and Sports Affairs. So much of bureaucratic problem. Easily that funds can be transferred to and they can do that ground. You see? And when we do not have grounds to play, when we do not have proper facilities for the youth to play and encourage sports activities, where else they will go? They will either go and sit in a bar, they will sit in some bushes and do drugs. So what is the future of this place? Are we not paying? My question is simple. Are we not paying taxes? The people of Kurtori are not paying taxes. Are we not supposed to get some development by right? See, generally in our Kurtori, it's not a densely populated area. We have a lot of open area, fields. Only along the road you will find houses, but interior mostly it is there's an open area, more of fields than hills. But one problem we have here in my Kurtori Zilla constituency, we have two colonies kind of, and these colonies basically started as low income group colonies. One is in Ramnagri and one is in Kargil. Now they have one problem of sanitation. All their soak pits. All the soak pits are overflowing. The soak pits are overflowing, and the water is, the sewage water is just going and settling somewhere else. Now this problem has to be solved by connecting them to the sewage line that government has laid. But for what reason I do not know. The sewage line that has been laid underground in full of Ramnagri area has not got connected for want of one pump house in the Worli. We have met that engineer and all, and we have asked him to he has promised that by end of monsoon that work will begin. And regarding this Kargil thing, this colony is on a hill, you see, and whatever excess of the sewage water is coming down and settling. Yeah. Now this problem again is not confined to one area. This problem will be a problem for the entire village, because if there is a spread of disease, it will not be confined to only that area. That will spread everywhere. So we are trying to get some help from the government and try to connect this and even extend that line from Ramnagri to Kargil. So let us see how much we succeed in that. But that is a really challenging, because that has to be solved.
मगायचता आमचे आदले प्रधानमंत्री अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी यांच्यानी जी योजना सुरू केल्ली ग्राम सडक योजना ताजो पुरेपूर वापर करप भरपूर गरजेचो आशिल्लो आनी आयज आमकां मायणा कुर्तोरी सारकेल्या एका सुंदर गांवान ह्यो सगळ्यो गजाली दिश्टी पडटा जंय जे रस्ते सुद्दां अजून सारके जाल्ले ना. तशेंच एक बरी गजाल सांगली की इफ वी वॉन्ट टू शो आवर यूथ अ गुड वे, अ करेक्ट वे, वी शूड डेवलप आवर फॅसिलिटीज ऑफ स्पोर्ट्स एंड every other facilities where youth can use that facility. सर शेवटाक देव बरें करूं आनी पुराय गोंयच्या वतीन परत एक फावट आय कॅन अंडरस्टँड एंड आय कॅन फील द विजन ऑफ योर्स टू मेक दीस कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी बेटर एंड बेटर. सो थँक यू व्हेरी मच एंड देव बरें करूं. थँक यू. I hope all your visions comes true very fast, and thank you for talking with us. So thank you very much. हय सद्याक आमी मार्केटान पावला ऑफ मायणा एंड हांगासर आमच्या वांगडा एक पंच मेंबर आसा तांचे कडेन उलयतले एंड ऑन द मोडर्नस बर्थडे आमी हांगासर पावले आनी डेवलपमेंटल वर्क किंवा कितें जाय हाचे बद्दल आमी उलयता. येवकार, सगळ्यान पयलीं तुमचें नांव?
हांव सायमन बरेटो.
म्हाका एक सांगा की हांगासर जायतीं कामां आनीक जावपाची आसा तुमकां दिसतली की हांगासर खुबशे आनीक डेव्हलपमेंट जावपाचें आसा ताजे बद्दल थोडें कितें
पयलीं सातेर आमी आमच्या जिल्हा मेंबर मुरिनाक एक आयज तेजो जल्माचो दीस ताका बरें देवान बेसांव घालूं आनी बरें लायफ ताका दिवपाक आनी भलायकी दिवपाक की तेजें काम करपाक. पयले सातेर म्हणल्यार पयर 20 तारखेर तेजे जिल्ला जालें म्हणल्यार 1 वर्स जालें. 1 वर्स जाता तो निवडून येयलो. निवडून येतो ताणें बरें काम केलें म्हण तें ऑफीस घायलां. तें ऑफीस घालप म्हणल्यार आमच्या लोकांक जायतें बरें पडलां. कोणाली फॉर्म भरपाक, कोणालें कितें एप्लिकेशन टायप करपाक ओर कितें जाता थिंगेन मेळपाक तें तेणें एक बरें काम केलां. कित्याक आमच्या गांवांत थोडे जाणटे आहाय कित्याक तेका कितें प्रॉब्लेम जाता वो तेका खूंय फोन मारूंक पडटा तें हिंगसान तें तो फोन मारून तेगे काम करून दिता. दुसरें म्हणल्यार आतां आमी पंच आहाय. पंच म्हणल्यार आमकां जायतें डिफिकल्ट जाता काम सांगपाक. आमचें काम आसता आमी लोकांक आमकां निवडून काडले की आमकां आमी लोकांक दिल्लो आहा आश्वासन दिलो आहा की आमी हें काम करतलें तें काम करतलें. पयलीं सातेर म्हळ्यार हांवें मरिना कितें सांगलें हें मार्केट चयलां न्ही. पयलीं ही नुस्त्याक एक पांटी हाडटालीं आनी पांट्याचेर होडे दवरतालीं आनी त्या होड्याचेर मागीर बसून तेंकांय बसपाक सारकें नासलें. हांवें मागीर मरिना सांगलें हें सारकें रेबोड जातालें हायजेनीक सारकें हायजेनीक आसलें. हिंगा मागीर हुंदीर येवप कोण आनी कोण माजर येवप कोण सुणी येवप तेंगे तें मागीर आमकांय बरें दिसना जालें. मागीर आमी मरिनाक एक प्रपोजल घायलो की हिंगा मायंडा एक बरो मार्केट करया म्हणून. मागीर मार्केट तेणें ओके म्हणलें. पयलीं सद्या तेणें मार्केट आमकां दाखयलो थंय आज चोय कितको आहाय ती भाजी कितको दवरताय सारकें हें क्लीन जालां बरें क्लीन जालां. आनी हें क्लिननस म्हणल्यार पयलीं तेका एक क्लिननस म्हणून जाय. दुसरी म्हणल्यार हो ह्यो सांकोड आमचो सांकोड आहा तो सांकोड कितें जाता पावस पडलो न्ही तो सांकोड भोंवन सारकें उदक ओवरफ्लो जाता. ओवरफ्लो जायन हिंगा गाडये बाडये सगळें प्रॉब्लेम जाता. तोय तेणें आतां घेतला फोण सारको करपाक. हो ग्रावंड आतां 2011 इनॉग्रेशन केल्लो. तुमचो आसा चर्चील आहा कोण आमगेलो रेजनल आहा एक सरपंच आहा सगळे आहाय. हांव कितें म्हणटा ग्रावंड इनॉग्रेशन केदो कोताय एक ग्रावंडार स्टेर केस आसूं जाय बसपाक सिटींग अरेंजमेंट आसूं जायो एक तुका टॉयलेट आसूं जायो चेंजींग रूम ना हिंग कांयच ना. हिंग फकत ती माती काडल्या माती लेवल केल्या आनी हे 2 गोल पोस्ट म्हणून आहाय. आनी हेचो गौरां तुमी चोयलो आतां हिंग गौरां आहाय मागीर प्लस हेचो पार्किंग आहा थिंगा आनी कितें हरशीं गायल्या हिंगा भितर सारकें चॅक जाता पावस पडलो जाल्यार सारकें उदक वता. पूण भुरग्यांक हेडपाक कांय ना हिंगा. भुरगीं हेडटा जाल्यार एक ग्रावंडार लोन आसूं जायो थिंग भुरगीं हेडले जाल्यार सगळें रेबोड घोरान सारकें रेबोड करून दवरला. ताका सेक्युरिटी ना. हांव मागोता ह्या स्पोर्ट्स मिनिस्टरा कडेन हे ग्रावंडाचेर नदर मातशी आनी चेंजींग रूम एक तो चेंजींग रूम जायो नाजाल्यार एक आनी कितें बसपाक सिटींग अरेंजमेंट करपाक जाय कांय ना. हांव मागोता स्पोर्ट्स मिनिस्टरा कडेन हे आमगे मायना बेगीन करून हो ग्रावंड बरो करून करचो म्हणून.
ओके रस्ते खूब गरजेचे आसता लोकली कनेक्ट करपा खातीर आनी आमी मायंडा हांगासर एका रस्त्याचेर उबे आसा. सर म्हाका सांगा की ह्या रस्त्याची परिस्थिती कशी कितें आसा सद्या आतां.
चोय हिंगा प्रॉब्लम कितें जाला दीस रोड इज सच ए नॅरो रोड. नाव इफ यू नो दीस रोड इज लिडिंग टू द मेन मायना जंक्शन वेर पीपल गोईंग टू मारगांव पीपल गोईंग टू स्कूल कुर्तोरी एवरीवेर दे हॅव टू ट्रॅवल बाय दीस रोड अँड बींग स्लोप. There are so many accidents that have taken place on this road, but in spite of drawing the attention of the concerned authorities, PWD department, nothing is being done. Ata, my question is whether the government is waiting for a big tragedy to happen, and if a tragedy happens, it will be of a very big magnitude. Because there's another problem where you find, children going to school. They walk hand in hands. दोनों साइड में भुरगीं चलताय. So they make the road more narrow. Along with that, traffic is going on morning rush hour traffic. So this road has to be in a very emergency situation has to be broadened.
Should be taken up
on a war footing.
Okay.
Now we have drawn the attention of the PWD Panchayat also. I have told the Panchayat members. Everybody is aware, concerned who are the people to be, who are to be contacted. We have contacted, but nothing is happening. And the PWD government is saying that they don't have funds. PWD is saying we don't have funds to carry out any this. Now this is a very small job. Even if the shoulders of the road, both sides, half a meter are repaired. You see, you can see this. See this part. You see, the difference between the shoulder of the road and the road is almost about 1 feet.
झेडपीच्या पयलीं थँक्स म्हणटा झेडपीक कित्याक आमकां झेडपी असलो आमचो की आपल्या काळजांतल्यान आमकां सगळे कडेन हेल्प करता. जावं ड्रेनेज तें फाटीं फुडें पळयना की आपल्यागे हातून आपल्याक लॉस जातलें तें कांय पळयना तो आपल्याली गाडी धाडटा आमकां कितें करपाक JCB धाडटा आनी जायते कडेन जे आमकां जशे त्रास जावपा लागले ते सदांच आमचो फाटल्यान दीत आहा. सेकंड आमी जेन्ना ताणें आपली एक लास्ट बर्थडेक आमकां मॉर्ग दिलें. आमच्या गांवांत मॉर्ग नाशिल्लें आनी आमकां जायती अडचण जाताली की दुसरी कॉन्स्टिट्युयन्सींतल्यान आमकां मागचें पडटालें. सो तें आमकां ताणें पाठयलें. एक मॉर्ग दिलें. दुसरें आमकां 2 आमचे टेंडर केले ड्रेनेजीचे ड्रेन टेंडर केले आनीक तेजे फाटल्यान आतां एक स्टेजी घेतला आनीक एक चप्पल रिनोवेशन करपाक घेतला. दुसरी आमकां 2-3दां तेणें आय कॅम्प केली. आमकां आपलो जाता तितलो आदार दिला. CCTV घातल्या पंचायताक आनीक आतां फुडें तेजी बर्थडे आहा आनी ते बर्थडेयाक ताणें आपल्याक एक धाकटोसो प्रोग्राम दवरला आमचे बाय नेली आनीक ZP आनीक पंचायत दोनूय एकठांय जावन हो आमी प्रोग्राम 25 करचे आहाय. सो हांव ताका चडान चड देव बरो कर म्हणटा.
बाब मोरेनो रेबेलो ZP मेंबर कुडतरी आयज तेगेलो बर्थडे. आमी ताका बरें एक हॅपी बर्थडे म्हणून एक बरें वरस ताका आवडयता. ZP कॉन्स्टिट्युन्सी निवडून येयल्यार बाब मोरेनो फकत एकूच वरस जालें. 2.5 वर्सां तेगेलो म्हाका दिसता टर्न ओवर आहा. पूण चोवपाक गेल्यार 1 वर्सा आमकां गांवांत भरपूर एक डेवलपमेंट दिसता. आमी ताच्या बरोबर आसले आनी कितें बरें काम करता अशें आमकां तो करतलो दिसलो. आमी ताका निवडून हाडलो आनी 1 वर्सा भितर ताणें सद्याक आमी एक कितें तेजे बरोबर प्रपोजल घाल्ल्यार भरपूर कामां करून ताणें सद्याक दाखयल्लीं आसा. हो एक व्हीलचेअर्स कोणूय एक हँडिकॅप आसता ते ताजे बरोबर गेले वो कितें ताजे बरोबर मागणी घाल ताका ताणें एक व्हीलचेअर दिली. आनी आतांय म्हाका दिसता आमी एक जायते थोडे हें जालो उरलो आहाय म्हणजे परमनंट दिले जिल्ला फंड्स. तशेंच जायते आमगेले कुठलोरी क्रॉस आसतात क्रॉस आहाय म्हणजे फुरीस आनी कितें जायते जाणांन ताका मागणी केली पूण सगळे फुरसांगो बांक दिसती पडटाय सगळे. तें एक बरें काम तेगेलें कित्याक ते बेंचीस तुगे पेड्यो जायनाय म्हणजे कितें एक लोकांक एक बऱ्यो वस्तू बसपाक थिंग मेळटा. तशेंच आमी ताका गेल्ले कार्मीक कपला कडेन आमगेलें दुरी घाल्लें. वॉल सामकी न्हिदलोली पूण जायते वर्सां पेंडींग आसलोली. जायते फांडाचें आमी घेवपाक करपाक गेल्ले पूण आमी ताका उतर गेलें बाब मोरेना कडेन. तेन्ना ताणें एकूच उतरान आमगेलें काम पास जालें आनी आयज तें दुरी उबी जाल्लें आसा. ती एक बरी वस्त. आनी तशेंच सेंट इन्स्टिट्यूट ताणें इस्कलाक CC कॅमेरा CC हें बसयले TV दिल्या. तशेंच आमचे इकोजीकूय आनी तशें आमचे कार्मीक कपलाकूय ताणें डीत मोडले.
ओके, हेल्थ हो एक मेजर सेक्टर आसता खंयच्याय गांवांत किंवा खंयच्याय पंचायत ऑर म्युनिसिपालिटीक. हांगासर ही आमकां हेल्थ सेंटर दिश्टी पडटा. कशें कंडिशन आसा आनी आख्ख्या गांवाक केटर करपाक शकता.
सो हेल्थ सेंटरा कंडिशना वयर सरपंच उलयतलो ही नोज बेटर. पूण आमगे जिल्ला कुडतोरी जिल्ला कॉन्स्टिट्युन्सी पडा कुडतोरी ती म्हाकाजान आर्याल एंड कुडतोरी these 3 village panchayats health center is this center. So this health center has to cater to all these 3 villages. आता इतलं population आहा almost about 20,000 voters are there. म्हणजे more than that the population is. Some is floating population, migrants आहे. So इतले लोकांक this health center is not fit. And it is not having any equipment. Even 108 doesn't have म्हणल्यार तूं पळय वाटेर कोणू कितें एक्सिडेंट जालो जाल्यार ते सरपंचा फोन मारताय, कितें जालें सरपंचा फोन मारताय. सो हीज हँड्स आर टायड. So what actually is the actual situation of this health center, that Sarpanch will tell. But I think that for such a big population, this health center is not good enough. It has to be properly equipped, and proper staff has to be there, and they have to have the medicines and all the other facilities so that they give a good service to the people of this constituency.
सरपंच बाब, म्हाका सांगा की हांगासरली कशी कितें कंडिशन आसा ऑफ दीस
हेल्था वयर सांगपा म्हणल्यार हांव सरपंच जालो आतां एक 15 दीस 20 दीस जाले. पूण हेल्था वयर सरपंच सांगपा म्हणल्यार हांगा जायते एक्सिडेंट जाले आनी डेड बॉडी देखून हांवें म्हज्या हातीन हाडल्यो हिंगा. 108 तेजे भाशेन पावत म्हणल्यार भरपूर टायम वयता. पण हिंग एक हें वॅन आहा, एम्बुलन्स आहा, ती हेल्था भायर कायद्या प्रमाण धाडपा जायना हूंय तें सोड. पूण आमकां हे हेल्थ हितू व्हडले हितू आमकां एरिया लागता. भरपूर पॉप्युलेशन आमगेलें कुडतोरी, मागाजान, चांदोर, धरामापूर भरपूर गांव आमकां लागताय. मायणा आमगे हेल्था लागताय. आतां म्हणून एक नावेली एक न्यू हेल्थ सेंटर येयला. म्हाका एक मागणें गोवोरमेंटा कडेन, आमकां तुमी दिसपड आसतलो हिंगा हेल्था भरपूर लुगार आहा. हेजेर तुमी एक स्ट्रिक्ट एक्शन घेवचें आनी हेल्थ आमगेलें अपग्रेडेशन करचें.
सर, ह्या पंचायतीचे डेव्हलपमेंट काम करता आसतना पळयता आसतना म्हणून बाबान सध्या 1 वर्स जालें ZP ओवरटेक केल्लें आसा. सो ताजो हातभार कसो कितें आसता काम करपाक?
आतां पयलीं सद्याक हांव बाब मोरेनाक तेगेली जल्माची दिसाक हांव ताका बरें आवडटा. आनीक देवान ताका बरी भलायकी दिची. आनी तुका सांगपाक की आमी ताका प्रपोजल जेन्ना मांडलो, जेन्ना आमी तेगेले इलेक्शन टायमार आमी मिटींग केल्यो बारीक बारीक कोणशांनी, आनी तेन्ना जेन्ना आमी लोकांक प्रॉमीस केली की लोकांची बारीक कितें कामां ZPची जाती म्हणजे करपाची म्हणून तुगेली. जेन्ना आमी आमच्या मुगे वॉर्डान दांडे म्हणून एक वॉर्ड आहा तुगेले, दांड्यार तेणें म्हणलें एक वॉर्ड स्वता ब्लॉक जातालो, तो ऑलरेडी तेणें वॉर्ड घेतला. आनीक आतां तो तेजो टेंडर बी जाल्लो आहा आनी तेणें तें करून दिता म्हूण तेणें आमकां तें सांगलो आहा तुगेलें. प्लस तेणें कितें जालें म्हणजे लायक साम आतां आमचें इस्कॉल आहा, सेंट झेवियर इन्स्टिट्यूट इस्कॉल आहा पळय, आमी ताका एक प्रपोजल केलो, बाबा आमचे इस्कॉलान कितें एक भिरांत कितें एक भिरांत जावपा जायी. मागीर तेणें म्हणलें चल आपूण तुमकां एक कॅमरा दिता. तेणें कॅमरा दिले आमकां. मायक सिस्टम दिवपाचें तेणें हें केलां आहा, दिल्लें सांगलें आहा, प्रॉमीस केल्लें आहा. ते भाशेन आमचे कॉपेलांनी तेणें आमकां कोदेलां, बांक आनीक बारीक बारीक ती कामां तेणें सुरू केल्लीं आहा. आतां आमी जेन्ना पळयता, म्हाका आतां 25-30 वर्सां जालीं हांव पॉलिटिका आहा. म्हणजे जितले 5 पळय जितले ZP जे शिकोवन येयल्ले आसा, मोरेना भाशेन काम करते भाशेन हांवें मनीसांनी तुगे हांवें चोयलें ना. देखून हांव मागतां मोरेनाक बरें देवान फ्युचर दिचें आनीक ZP जायन मुखार देखून देवान ताका बरी भलायकी दिची, लोकांक ही बरी सेवा करपाक. आज पळयलें आहा की लायक साम हितू पॉलिटिकान हितू म्हणजे लायक साम इतलें कॉम्पिटिशन जाल्लें आहा, कळ्ळें तुका. म्हणजे आज तेणें जायती लोकांक सेवेतकी म्हणजे लोकांक इतली सोंपेपण दिल्लें आहा. जावं व्हीलचॅर जावं तुगे मॉर्ग जावं, सो इमिजिएटली तेणें चिंतलें की हे लोकांक गरज आहा म्हूण तेणें सगळें हें बोगलें हें हाडलो आहा तुगेलें. ZP तितली व्हडली फंड्स येयनाय तुगेले, पूण तो जें काम करपाची हें करता, थोडे त्या बडसांतले पयशे म्हणजे मोडटा आसतलो. आनी हांव मागता की देवान ताका बरी भलायकी दिची हें फुडें काम करपाक. आनी आमी आतां इतली म्हणजे पळयलां आहा की बरो काम करता येयलो आहा. आनीक हें काम करपाक आमगे ताका तेजो आमकां आदार आहा. आनी तो कितें करता जाल्यार आमगे ताका फुडें हें आसतलें.